afternoon and good evening to you guys. Welcome once again to the Full 100, the Hump Days edition again. It is Wednesday the 24th of April. That's April. It is Wednesday I think I got April in my mind. Open up. It's Wednesday the 24th of February, guys. And today's show is a mixture of sad. No, not really sad. It's a mixture of funny and expected. At the beginning of all of this, guys, we all know that the fake news spreaders made a lot of fake announcements. Firstly, this is 5G. Now they know it's not. Then it's just a flu. It's a common flu. Now we know it's not. Then they said the vaccination they're gonna use poor people for guinea pigs. That's what this show's about. Then they said African nations are going to be used for guinea pigs and for trying out the vaccines. They're begging for it. No one's even sent a single one to them right now. So all of these doomsday predictions, from the Nation of Islam down to fake prophets, down to community leaders, fake news carriers, right-wing nuts, QAnon nuts, they all predicted loads of different things that not one of them has come through. Here on the Full 100, we predicted a few things. We predicted this was real. It is real. We said it wasn't 5G. We know it's not now. We said it wasn't the flu. This was flipping real. I even put a video up on my channel to take you guys back to 1918 to 1920 to see what the real deal is. So we was right on that. And then the last thing, I told you guys that this isn't going to be any different to any other innovation. The rich are going to get in first. The rich countries are going to get in first. People didn't listen. That's what this show's about. Now we know that's what's happening, right? So guys, without further ado, let's get down to today's show. Right, today's show, guys, is titled Vaccine Fraud. And I want to start with two ladies, Thelma and Flouise. Not Thelma and Louise, Thelma and Flouise, right? Guys, these two ladies attempted to, well, they got through the first time. Basically, I'll tell you what happened. They dressed up as old ladies. The one's 33, one's 43. Dressed up as old ladies in their 60s and 70s. So they look like they qualify for these vaccines. So they've gone over to where vaccines are being given out in Florida, in the state of Florida. Apparently, they got caught on the second vaccine go. So they got away with it the first time, got their first jabs. When it was time to get the second jabs, they got nabbed. So guys, I've got a series of videos. This one, there's a funny side to it at the end of the show. But this is real, this is serious, because they got arrested. So I got two first videos for you. Their story, and then the video of the moment of their arrest and embarrassment. So guys, let's start today's show with the first video. Take a look at Thelma and Flouise.
Coronavirus vaccine remains a hot commodity, and we have learned that's led to some people even dressing in disguise at the Orange County Convention Center trying to get a shot. It didn't work this week, but it has worked in the past. Ezzy Castro is live at the convention center for us this morning. Ezzy, the health department says they were dressed as seniors, but weren't even close to being 65.
Well, Justin, deputies say one was 34, the other one was 44. And here's the thing about all of this is that health officials believe the women may have done this before because they were here to get their second shot. And this just happened 2 days ago when workers realized something wasn't right.
They were detected by the vaccinators. Of course, they look funny, I guess is the word. And we handle it to the sheriff's department.
An investigation is now underway after health officials say two women dressed up as seniors showed up to the convention center on Wednesday to get their second dose of the vaccine. Deputies say 44-year-old Olga Monroy Ramirez and 34-year-old Martha Vivian Monroy arrived to the site with birth dates that did not match, though their names did match the registration. Dr. Raul Pino with the health department believes the women may have gotten away with getting the vaccine the first time, and that's something they are trying to figure out.
So part of the findings that we have to do is, were they really vaccinated by us, when, who vaccinated, what happened, what day, what time, to try to figure out if there are any holes, loopholes in our process.
Welcome back, guys. Terrible. I mean, obviously they forgot to change their date of births on their ID that they presented. But this was on the second go. So what happened the first time? You know? And now they're kind of barred from that place. So they're stuck with just the one jab. I don't know. I mean, I guess the one jab gives them around, from the data I've seen, around about 60% protection it does. Who knows? Anyway, so my next video is the moment of their arrest. You go see this.
You know what you have done? You've stolen a vaccine from somebody that needs it more than you. And now you're not going to get your second one. So that's a whole waste of time we just wasted here on this. And we're not even sure if they're going to press charges against you and take you to jail right now. So we're at that point right here. But just for your selfishness of stealing a vaccine. Okay, this is a trespass warning. You're hereby warned that you are not authorized, licensed, or invited to be in these premises and may be arrested if you refuse to leave or return at any time in the future. It's this building, it's our other building, it's our site. Parking garage, everything. Anything, the whole property around here. You're not allowed to be here no more.
Welcome back, guys. I mean, when I saw that video, I thought to myself, why only trespass? Then I thought, well, maybe the crime's kind of new and they're not sure what to do with it yet, because you can imagine that officer phoning the station and saying, no, she just had the first vaccine, so what do we do? I don't know, you know, so, but I mean, they could have charged them with impersonating a granny, maybe, fraud by misrepresentation, theft of a jab, vaccine jab. I don't know, like, they need to start looking at charges right now for people like this, seriously. So guys, look, it's serious, but there is obviously the fact that they dressed up as grannies is quite funny, it's quite laughable. But the fact they actually got away with it the first time is also remarkable, I say. So we're going to go over to a more serious one now, right? This happened in Canada, British Columbia in Canada. And this is a wealthy couple who flew on a private plane to a, you know, Canadians got, you know, you got Native American Indians, you got Canadian Indians as well, yeah? So they flew to Yukon, which is Canadian, I keep saying American Indian, which is a Canadian Indian reserve, if you like, area where they govern themselves and stuff, that sort of stuff. So they got their thing running because obviously they suffered a lot through the crisis, through the pandemic. So these guys flew in a private plane, arrived in that area in Yukon, presented themselves as hotel workers. Yeah. Presented themselves as hotel workers, not the rich, wealthy millionaires that they are. So again, impersonating poor, needy people just so they can get the jab, even though they're millionaires. So guys, take a look at this second fraudulent attempt at securing vaccine shots. Take a look.
Tonight, we're learning more about a BC couple who allegedly traveled to Yukon to get their shot instead of waiting their turn. CTV's Maria Weisgerber has the latest on the fallout.
Rod Baker, seen here in 2011, is no longer the head of the Great Canadian Gaming Corporation, which operates casinos across the country, including the River Rock in Richmond. His resignation follows charges being laid against a couple who flew to the Yukon last week to get a COVID-19 vaccine.
I think they should be ashamed of themselves. They put a community at risk for their own benefit, and that to me is appalling.
When I heard about it, I thought to myself, who would be this selfish?
Community Services Minister John Stryker says everyone who comes to the Yukon right now is supposed to isolate for 14 days, but he says that's not what happened when the pair arrived in Whitehorse on January 19th.
We're upset that any Canadian would think to do this.
Stryker says on Thursday the couple chartered a plane to the small border community of Beaver Creek and showed up at a mobile COVID-19 clinic, allegedly posing as local motel workers. They received doses of the Moderna vaccine.
So it was quite shocking and alarming. Who would have dreamed that something like this happened?
Enforcement officers caught up with the couple at the Whitehorse Airport later that same day. The charge documents show both Rodney Baker and Ekaterina Baker were each fined over $1,000 for failing to self-isolate as required.
Welcome back, guys. Right, so you've seen Thelma and Flouise. You've just seen Fanny and Clyde in that one. Now we're going to go to the corporate guys. So you've got the young people impersonating old people just to get the vaccine. You've got the rich impersonating the poor to get the vaccine. That was Fanny and Clyde. Now we're going to go to nursing homes and the scandal of them giving vaccines or making vaccines available to anyone who donates to the nursing home. Again, money buys it. Like I said here, guys, I told you guys there at the beginning of all of this, the rich will be at the front of the queue. None of you believed me. You all thought the poor will be used for scapegoating and used for trials. I told you what that wasn't going to happen. Take a look at this.
Reports that were coming out of some places in LA actually, where rich people, well-connected people were attempting to get very early access to the vaccine in exchange for large amounts of money. Those doctors were saying, I've had those requests, but I haven't filled them. And so, hey, problem solved, except that even in that video, we said, no, maybe these doctors aren't doing it, but there's no way that in America, if you have enough money, you aren't getting access to that thing before all of us peasants. And what do you know? It's happening. So let's talk about the Morse Life Health System, a high-end nursing home and assisted living facility in West Palm Beach, Florida. They've apparently made scarce coronavirus vaccines available not just to its residents, but to board members and those who made generous donations to the facility, including members of the Palm Beach Country Club, according to multiple people who were offered access, some of whom accepted it. Now, the arrangement, which may have violated national immunization guidelines as well as state protocols, the vaccine doses are allocated to the state by the Trump administration, but reserved for people living in long-term care facilities who are at the highest risk of dying from COVID-19. Top health personnel in Palm Beach County did not authorize the vaccinations of non-residents at Morse Life, according to a health official who spoke on the condition of anonymity because they were not cleared to discuss the issue.
Guys, don't be surprised. Don't if you're surprised about this, is because you've been listening to fake narratives. Stop. Just use your common sense. Think about any innovation that we've ever had. Which poor person gets it first? Just because it's a vaccine, people fall, oh, they're gonna. Guys, all you have to do, is just go back to what you know. We all know this stuff. So guys, look, we got one more video. And this is a tribute to Thelma and Flouise from Jimmy Kimmel. This you will enjoy. Trust me. Take a look at this.
In Florida, where something weird is always happening, 2 young women were busted for trying to disguise themselves as old ladies in order to get the vaccine. The women, one in her 30s and the other in her 40s, put on bonnets and glasses and showed up at a vaccination site. There they are, Thelma and Flouise. I like that a bonnet was part of the disguise. That's how Bugs Bunny would dress as an old person to sneak in, but they haven't yet figured out what the penalty will be for police cited them for trespassing. But the interesting thing is they were trying to get their second dose, which means the first time they did this, it worked. The staff knew something was up when they noticed 2 old women who weren't complaining about how long the line was and called the police. What a story. Someone get Tyler Perry on the line, because we got Medea gets Moderna here. That's just a hit. I mean, when the...
Welcome back, guys. We're now at the end of the show. Now you know where I got Thelma and Flouise from, right? That was too funny. Guys, we're now at the end of the show. Look, these guys who've spread fake news, they've been wrong about the 5G. They've been wrong about it's just a flu. They've been wrong about what was it? The storm. They were wrong about Democrats being executed in November. They were wrong about Trump's gonna stay in power. It's gonna be martial law. They're wrong about everything. Now they think Trump's coming back on the 4th of March. Look out for that. I'm coming back with an episode on that one. So guys, look, if you truly, genuinely want fact-based information that gives you the power to use your own common sense, you know where to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all soon. Take care and all the best. Bye-bye.